All right, let's talk about making this the year your financial goals actually stick. We're going to break down a plan to turn that burst of motivation you get in January into real, durable systems that work for you all year long, even when the hype dies down. Let's get right into it.
You know the feeling, right? You start the year with these huge ambitions. You're going to save more, invest, finally tackle that debt, but then, well, life happens. That initial excitement just fizzles out, and you feel like you're right back at square one. But what if the problem isn't you? What if it's not about a lack of willpower, but about using the wrong strategy from the very beginning?
And this quote right here, this is the core idea for everything we're talking about today. It gets right to the heart of it. We're not talking about just trying harder. We're talking about building smarter. It's a total mindset shift toward creating automated habits that just run in the background, making sure you're making progress without even thinking about it.
So before we even get into the specific habits, we have to really let this sink in. This is the foundation. Everything that comes next is built on this one powerful idea: choosing reliable systems over unpredictable willpower.
So what does that actually look like? Well, trying to use willpower for your finances is kind of like trying to hold your breath underwater. It takes constant, exhausting effort, and you know you're going to run out of air eventually. Systems, though, they're like setting up an automatic pump. They just work. They're reliable, they're consistent, and they do all the heavy lifting for you, whether you're feeling motivated that day or not.
Okay, so let's see how this whole systems idea translates into our first set of habits. Think of these next three as building the frame for your financial house. We're not talking about making massive gains just yet. This is all about creating the clarity and stability you need to handle whatever life throws at you.
First up is a little diagnostic. And I know what you might be thinking. Budgeting is such a drag. But this isn't about restricting yourself. Just for 1 month, think of this as a data-gathering mission. Your only job is to see where your money is actually going.
And that's the whole point, right? You can't manage what you don't measure. Just tracking your spending for 30 days gives you this incredibly powerful thing called financial clarity. It replaces that nagging, anxious feeling of where did all my money go with cold, hard facts. And that data, that's the very first step toward taking back control.
All right, with that new clarity, let's move on to one of the quickest financial wins you can get. It's time to go on a subscription hunt. We all have them, lurking in our bank statements, those free trials that turned into paid ones, or services we signed up for and just completely forgot about.
And the impact here is no joke. Studies show you could easily be saving hundreds of pounds or dollars a year just by cutting these little zombie subscriptions that are quietly draining your account. This isn't about deprivation, it's about reclaiming what's already yours. It's literally found money.
I just love how this is framed. This isn't about losing something. Every single subscription you cancel is you actively taking your money from some company's bottom line and putting it back toward your goals. You're regaining the power to fund your own life, not someone else's business. Okay, so we've cleared out the static. Now, let's build a firewall. An emergency fund is the absolute bedrock of financial stability. It's your defensive system that protects all of your hard work and future progress from the surprises that life will inevitably throw your way. Now, the crucial thing to remember here is you don't need 6 months of expenses saved by tomorrow. The key is just to start small. That first $500 or $1,000 creates this incredible peace of mind. It gives you immediate breathing room and, maybe most importantly, it turns a potential crisis, like your car breaking down, into just an inconvenience. Okay, the frame of our house is stable. We've got clarity and a safety net. Now it's time to install the engine. This next batch of habits is all about putting your financial growth on autopilot so that making progress becomes your new default setting.
This habit right here, this might be the single most powerful system you can build. And it's so simple. You just set up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings account for the day you get paid. That's it. That one action takes willpower, emotion, and just plain forgetfulness completely out of the equation. You save the money before you even have a chance to miss it.
This is the secret sauce right here. The whole game changes when you stop trying to save what's left over and start paying yourself first like it's a bill you can't miss. And look at those words: automatic, boring, and consistent. That's where real wealth is built, not in some flashy, exciting move, but in the quiet, steady hum of a system that's always working for you. Now we can take that same powerful principle of automation and point it at the long game. This next habit feels almost too small to matter in the moment, but trust me, its long-term impact is absolutely massive. We're talking about making a tiny, almost unnoticeable tweak to your retirement savings.
That's it, just 1%. That's the whole move. Sometime before your next pay raise, or even right now, just log into your retirement plan and bump up your contribution by a single percentage point.
The source material calls this the financial butterfly effect, and it is the perfect metaphor. It's this tiny, tiny action today that, thanks to the magic of time and compound interest, unleashes this incredible force that can completely reshape your financial future. I mean, just look at this incredible contrast. The feeling today, it's a change so small you honestly will not feel it in your take-home pay. It's pocket change. But the result down the road? A tidal wave of options, a flexibility and security for the person you're going to be in 20 or 30 years. It is arguably the highest leverage financial move you can possibly make. Okay, now let's point our engine at debt. For so many of us, debt just feels crushing and overwhelming, right? But the most important thing isn't which specific method you use, it's just having a clear plan. A plan is a system that replaces that anxiety and uncertainty with a clear path forward. It gives you back a sense of control.
So, here are the two most popular strategies out there. You've got the snowball method, which gives you these quick, satisfying psychological wins by knocking out small debts first, which really builds momentum. Then you have the avalanche method, which saves you the most money on interest by tackling the highest rate debt first. So, which one is better? Honestly, it's the one you'll actually stick with. The most important step is to just pick one and get started.
Okay, we've built the frame, we've installed the engine. Now for the final and most crucial piece of the puzzle, the steering wheel. This last habit is what gives all these powerful systems a clear destination, a purpose that pulls you forward.
It's time to ditch the vague resolutions like I want to save more money. Instead, you're going to harness the incredible power of focus by setting just one, singular, specific, and meaningful goal for the year.
This is such a critical distinction. Motivation is a feeling. It comes and it goes, just like the weather. But clarity, a clear goal, is a strategy. It's your North Star that keeps all your systems pointed in the right direction, especially on those days when you just don't feel like it.
This definition puts it perfectly. A specific goal, like save £5,000 for a house deposit or pay off that one credit card, it gives every single pound you save a job description. It tells your automated systems exactly what they're working for. You stop fighting a war on 10 different financial fronts and you start winning the one battle that truly matters this year.
So that's the roadmap. It's not about some giant, heroic effort overnight. It's about building smart systems through a series of small, deliberate steps. Your financial momentum starts the second you decide on that very first one. So what's yours going to be?